Okay, in this video we're going to be taking a look at exercise 2-15. This one is in millimeters, and for this one we're just going to use just a couple of new commands, and just to really quickly familiarize you with them, it's basically going to be the polygon command, the circle command, and the array command. So let's get started by clicking on my drop down next to the templates, and I'm going to do no template metric in this case. Now, since I am working with something that is centered and everything pretty much on here shares that same center point, I'm going to start by drawing a circle, and I'm going to click for the center point, and I know that the diameter of the circle that I want to create is 180, which is a 90 radius. Radius is the default, or you can come down here and click on diameter and put in the diameter. I'm just going to go ahead and put in the 90. Now, this polygon that exists around the outside, it is 180 from face to face. So what I need to do is I need to remember that if the object is outside of the circle, it is circumscribed. If it is inside the circle, it is inscribed. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and draw the polygon. So up here under the rectangle command, if I click on the drop down, I get the polygon option. And the first thing it's going to ask me for is the number of sides. And this one has 12 sides, which I believe is called a dodecagon. So I will click there. For the center point, I'm just going to come near the edge of the circle, and you see that green circle appear in the middle, letting you know that the center O snap is selected. So I'll left click, and I want this to be circumscribed, and then I want it straight up. So that gives me my dodecagon. I'm going to go right back into the polygon command, and in this case I'm going to put in the number of sides is 4. The center, I'm going to go right back to the center of the object and circumscribed again, and then I'm going to go straight up. And this is a 40 millimeter square, so the radius of a 40 millimeter square that is circumscribed about a circle is going to be 20. So I can put in the 20 and it will locate that object. Next, I'm just going to draw a really quick line from the center point of this circle straight up. The bolt circle diameter is 120, so I'm going to draw this straight up 60, and then I'm going to locate a circle at the end point of that line. And rather than coming down here and clicking diameter, I'm going to just start hitting D enter, which does the same thing, and I'm going to put this in at 20. At this point, I'm going to erase that line right there, and I'm going to come up here to my array button. Now, if I click on the drop down for array, you can see that I've got a rectangular array, a path array, and a polar array. Anytime you're dealing with something that is circular, it's going to be a polar array. So I'll click on this, select my circle, and hit enter. And then I'm going to pick the center point of the big circle to define my array. Up here, I want to put in that there are 8 holes. And rather than a distance between them, I want them to fill 360 degrees. And just by clicking into the other fields, it'll automatically update the angle between. So if I made this 6 and hit tab, it changes this automatically to 60. So all I really need to do is put in the number, and it's going to go ahead and change what is in here. Now, if everything looks right, and in this case it does, I can just come up here and click on close array, and that creates the array. And then I'm just going to left click on this circle and hit delete because I no longer need it. And that is the process for creating exercise 2-15. Again, it was to start with the circle and then create the 2 circumscribed polygons, draw the construction line to locate the first hole, and then just use the polar array feature to create the rest of my holes.